Are you planning a trip to Bali but don't know where to start? You don't have to look any further. Recently we went to Bali, and what we are doing is we are creating a playlist, we are creating a video series which will help anyone who would like to travel to the island of gods, as we are going to streamline it for them. From the best of beaches to the most delicious food, our travel series will cover absolutely every single thing that we experienced in Bali. And also what we will do is throughout this series, we will give some tips and tricks which will help you, plan out your own Bali adventure. So as of now, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, this would be a very good time for you to do that. Sit back and just relax as we take you to the best of Bali adventure. So now I am at the lounge. We're going to go Bali via Kuala Lumpur, and we have an AirAsia flight. To talk about AirAsia, by the way, one thing I want to mention over here is that there was a great hospitality today from AirAsia side. What happens is हमारा जो लगेज था वो था लगेज अलाउंस था टिकट का 20 kgs का, बट हमारा लगेज था अराउंड 26 kgs. But the guy was so helpful. We didn't have to pay any penny. Just one thing that I want to mention as well while I talk about Bali is ये जो सीरीज़ होगा वहाँ पे मैं सारे बाली पे मेरे साथ जो एक्सपीरियंसेस होंगे वो सारे मैं शेयर करूँगा along with the checklists that if you are planning to go to Bali, what are the things that you have to take care. Now, first, let's start talking about the documentations required. Whenever you think of documentation, the first thing that comes into your mind is about visa. And for that, if you are an Indian, I'm telling you guys, you don't need to worry. Bali offers visa on arrival for most of the countries, including India. Whenever you are traveling internationally, it is highly recommended that you always have a travel insurance for you that will offer you the peace of mind while you are on the travel. For $100,000 cover for 10 days, roughly it will cost you around 1000 Indian rupees. If you are going to Bali, 2 vaccination doses are more than adequate. If you are having booster dose, that's an optional. It's a good to have thing. But remember one thing, you have to install an app called Peduli Lindugi and register yourself as a foreign traveler there. It's similar to Arogya Setu application that we have in India. It is possible that while in Bali, nobody asks you to show that application, but it is very important for you to comply with this requirement. Bali government requires you to fill another form called Electronic Custom Declaration. You have to fill it, get the QR code, show it in the immigration counter. It is highly suggested that you do it before reaching Bali airport, otherwise you have to fill it there, which will take another 20-30 minutes. While traveling to Bali, do carry some cash in the form of US dollar or Indonesian rupiah. For the rest of the money, use a forex card. Why? Because you will be requiring cash in so many places, including even getting a visa on arrival when you land to the airport. One important point to consider, in Bali, do not exchange your currency in the airport. Throughout Bali, you will be having ample places giving you better rates. Now, let's talk about flights. Flights is something that will always vary depending upon the airline that you choose and when you are actually traveling, throughout the year, right? But on an average, for a couple, it will cost you somewhere around 50,000 to 70,000 Indian rupees. And it is always better that you book the flights as early as possible to get the best deals. As it's an international travel, you have to keep some buffer time while coming to the airport. There will be 2 sets of immigration. One will be in India, another will be in Bali. While in immigration, you will be asked standard questions like purpose of visit, duration of visit, etc. Normally, flights will have a layover either in Kuala Lumpur or Thailand or Singapore. From India, roughly it takes around 8 to 12 hours of journey. Keep in mind, Bali is 2.5 hours ahead of Indian time. Do carry some dry food and water, because in some of the flights, even water is chargeable and you might not get the food that you actually want.
It's a new day. I'm at Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur airport. There are 2 things that I wanted to give information to you guys. People who are going to Bali, there is no immigration as such going on in Malaysia airport, Kuala Lumpur airport. If you are carrying any liquid, thing, make sure that your weight is not more than 150 ml. Even because one of my, shampoo has been seized, and my, boarding is currently happening, so I have to now rush to the gate.
Now that you landed to the Bali airport, let's talk about the things that you need to do there. First thing first, you will receive a 30-day on-arrival tourist visa for an exchange of $34 per person.
We paid the price in US dollars, but we got the return in रुपया. तो रुपया में अभी तक काउंट करना मेरे लिए थोड़ा दिक्कत हो रहा है, तो I might have lost some exchange balances.
But remember one thing guys, if you are overstaying in Bali, you will be charged 1 million IDR per day. In the immigration counter, please keep your boarding pass, passport and visa handy. And also, after completing the immigration, go to the ECD counter to show the QR code that we talked about previously.
Immigration में standard questions were there and there was not much of fuss, to be really honest. Then after immigration हो गया तो हमने क्या किया, we went to, हाँ एक और चीज़ है बहुत important, एक चीज़ होता है इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कस्टम डिक्लेरेशन, जो मैंने कल भी आपको बताया था. तो वहाँ पे क्या होता है, in ECD you have to fill up the form prior. I'm telling you guys, if you don't want to waste another 20 or 25 odd minutes, then you just fill it prior, show the QR code and go into the Bali. As soon as you enter, take the exit from the Bali airport, you will be seeing money exchanges. तो मनी एक्सचेंज अभी मैं नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरे होटल के जस्ट पास में एक मनी एक्सचेंज काउंटर है. I will be getting better rates there.
Once your immigration is done, SIM is one of the major factors. Telkomsel is widely popular as a SIM card provider in Bali. We ordered from Klook before reaching Bali and we got it delivered in airport.
Telkomsel का एक और चीज़ है, 25 GB यहाँ पे normally लोगों को मिलता है, but at the same price instead of 25 GB we got 35 GB because we booked it from Klook and booked it prior.
We paid round about 2000 INR for 35 GB data package. If you are reaching Bali first and then planning to buy a SIM card, in the same price point you will be getting less data. Now that you need to go to your hotel, you need to figure out transportation. If your hotel provides you the airport pickup service, that's the best possible thing that can happen. If it does not, then you have Gojek and Grab. Grab comes inside the airport to pick you up, which Gojek does not. But Gojek offers relatively cheaper price point.
ठीक है. Now we have also installed Gojek and Grab applications, and now we'll just go to our hotel. Fun fact, Gojek में जो application होता है वहाँ पे मैंने develop किया था.
You know every single thing about how to reach Bali from India. From the next video onwards, we will share you our experiences in Bali, the places that we visited, the food that we ate, etc. If this video was helpful to you, please hit on that like button and comment us your queries. And don't forget to subscribe us at Rimjit Stories and stay tuned for the next videos.